The Bible, Yahweh, God, when he speaks to Moses may have been a leader Pleiadian. In signs of the zodiac the first sign is Aries. Aries came from Arian, and yet, it seems that sign is a personality of God of the Bible, where is said too much about God's flock. Human personalities described by the signs of the zodiac correspond with very personalities that are explained through attitudes of extraterrestrial races. Another explanation for the different personalities in the various human races. Notice that the DNA of every race changes slightly, are animals created with the intuition of love, others to reproduce, etc. There are aliens that have evolved from reptiles, example, reptilians, Leviathans, Draco. In the Bible, when Eve will eat the fruit of the tree, the snake tells him it's a forbidden fruit. The snake could be a reptilian. Reptiles from the other species of animals are those that last longer, those who are cold-blooded and blue. The reptiles, especially snakes, like a lot to fight for power. Why many of royalty and talk it says people with blue blood. They came and inserted their genes into an area also very fragile. They inserted the seeds in our subconscious, when we were still Yuga. Thus, we can explain the different obsessions and some thoughts that we cling without knowing why. Our subconscious is located in the lower part of the brain and the conscious over the surface. The subconscious is also called complex R. R is for rectal. Despite controlling our planet through the power of knowledge, economy, mind, medicine, they also control the top leaders like Obama, Pope, people who try to control the planet. Only a president takes the throne, as most have blue blood. The more blue blood, more people will vote without knowing what is happening in the subconscious. And what happens is that the blue blood in today's society gets most of minds. Dates of catastrophic events that changed the course of humanity, such as the World Trade Center, First and Second World Wars, among others. They are, as many people know, the Illuminati. At the time of the Egyptians, the Mayas, the Aztecs they known as the Anunnaki. Most people associate the Illuminati as humans, but they are non-human cold-blooded and blue. They are and have always been here. A symbol of them may resemble the sixth sense, third eye in Buddhism. Other brotherhood known are the devils. Scripture and ancient engravings, recent reports describe and show demons as having scales and greens, with tongue of snake, some with horns, others seem to be the same with snakes or hybrid beings of a rectal with any other. But the demons aren't beings of a spiritual level. They are like any other sentient being. The process of possession by them may be similar to astral projection. Several reports showed people possessed of exorcists to play sounds of snakes or even crawl on the floor. All are driven by the exorcist, but always end up coming back, and perhaps with more energy. This leads to another theory that science and religion were invented by them, by the Illuminati, Brotherhood. Where all religions pray to a different god, where there is also a different Messiah. These gods are the same god, that may be the devil, Satan, Sirius, Draco, that imposed this magnificent idea of making human newborns, monkeys, believe something that they thought guiding them to freedom and peace, but follow the way completely contrary. For the energy flowing all the two rectals. In praying for something that ultimately destroys us. The DNA that makes them have a totally different way of thinking. They obtain energy in a certain way, but little. And they will see that in general, people who are very attached to religion does not tolerate other ways of thinking. They are quite attached to something, are handled, bound, afraid. As was stated earlier, also control the medicine. The symbol itself is a curious thing. Two snakes to imprison a DNA-shaped stick with wings. The symbol was made long before we discovered DNA. These are diseases that both mentally and physically destroy a whole person, such as cancers, viruses, and so forth. Many of these diseases may have been created by them too, because after all, a virus acts intelligently. And because in general we have a certain fear of giving us face to face with an alien, either of which is race, it may also be a memory that brotherhood implanted in our subconscious, not wanting to communicate with someone higher. Some words could have another meanings. If we consider that, as most of devils speak backwards, words like live have the meaning of evil. Why they control us so much that they desire our extinction? Because us are the intelligent beings more young of the galaxy, by having several genes of various breeds, we are holders of higher energy, and we are constantly evolving intellectual. The DNA of the Brotherhood works to be obsessed with governing, to be on top, rituals, killing. Enables a lot of energy but not as much as love. Love is the source that gives us more, or removes more, and they do not have access to this source because of its DNA. With our spiritual energy we can reach frequencies above them. There are more species of extraterrestrials intellectually very developed. The older, more intelligent in our galaxy are Arcturians. They are the beings that welcomes our spirits after our bodily death. Reports of many people who witnesses after-death experiences say they are circulating in a tunnel with a light at the end. Arriving at the light are three beautiful beings. This tunnel is a vortex, a space-time portal that transports our spirits to other frequencies, spaces. The three beautiful beings are Arcturians.
There's no time. The perfection just exists in infinite. The existence in their self is already imperfect. For something exists there must be errors, mistakes, and there must exists the nothing. Something superior always needs something inferior to exist. As the truth needs the lie, for exist. One is always an error from the other. For your liberation, you must establish a connection to the infinite. Because the infinite created the nothing, and created the all.